What song do you want?
Let's do um it's the troll song, True Colors by Anna Kendrick.
Just too slow. I'll
All
put
right,
your
are live on Facebook. Okay, what song are you gonna play? Hello, everyone. Okay, we're still trying to decide a kind of like a theme song for when we're waiting for people to join. Welcome back to our weekly lives. If you guys have a preference on a song or you have an idea, you can put it in the chat. We're just trying to have like something going on while we're waiting for people to hop on the live. So if you're joining us on Facebook, welcome. I see a few people live on Facebook as well. Actually, wait, can you play? You're muted right now, so you can't really play. But
I am not muted.
oh, you're muted. Okay, sorry, you're not muted. I don't know what kind of song would be appropriate. I guess we're waiting to see if some people have any suggestions, but got a lot of people waiting to join. So I'm still.
Well, our kids love the movie Trolls, so let me play Can't Stop the Feeling.
Or what's that new song from the Paw Patrol movie?
Paw Patrol movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, this one. Is it coming through loud enough?
I can hear it. Okay, actually lower it. It's kind of loud.
Okay.
People are gonna leave the live. They're like, what's going on?
Just trying to spice things up a little bit. I will be your resident DJ for the next hour or so.
I promise you guys, we are actually going to talk about Amazon today. While we wait for people to come in.
Yeah, so for those of you with kids, the new Paw Patrol movie is actually really good. So our kids are obsessed with it. All they do is watch it, and then we have to play this in the car whenever we're driving around.
It's the Adam Levine song, though.
Oh, you wanted that one?
Yeah.
Okay. We can try out a few different songs just to see which one we like better.
Get ready to talk about Amazon and not.
All right, well, I think we can probably get started, so turn down the music.
We have some people in the chat saying, you guys are hilarious. Great way to open up. Thanks, Shelly. Hi, Anne. Hi, Jen. Okay, we have a few people who I think anyone, give people a couple more minutes to join because I feel like we always have some people trickling in within the first 5 to 10 minutes of starting. So let me know how you guys are doing. Hi, Shelly. Aloha from Hawaii. Hope you guys are staying warm. We are trying. We have a lot of snow today, but we're just kind of hibernating at home, should you say?
Well, we were just talking about LA because we have family out there, and it's about 70 something. So
yeah,
Hawaii or LA sounds pretty nice right about now.
We want to get away. I am going to Orlando on Thursday, guys. So wish me luck. It's the first time flying ever since the pandemic, but I'm going by myself, or not by myself, not with the kids. I'm going with my sisters. People said, hello, fun music. Hi, Kelsey. Stephanie is from Idaho. Has a lot of snow. Yeah, we have a lot of snow here too. This year has been brutal. Kashana, hello. Kathy, hi. Florida isn't bad. Yeah, I think Florida's like in the 70s right now, but it gets really cold at night. So definitely going to like bring a lot of sweaters. Hi, Shelly. Miss those sweater weather days. Come to the East Coast. You're not going to miss that as much. We're kind of jealous of you Hawaiian, LA people right now, but well, we talk about how we really love the 4 seasons here as well. So, you know, once we're over with the winter, spring is going to be around and we're going to get to start taking advantage of the 4 season weather. So let's see, I think we can get started. Does anybody have anything you want to say before we get started? A lot of introductions already, a lot of familiar faces coming back and people who I think haven't been here either. So I just want to welcome you guys. We do these lives every single week. So last year we were doing it on Fridays at 3, but we realized a lot of people are kind of like checked out on Friday afternoon. So we decided to do Tuesday afternoons. And it seems like, at least right now, more people are able to join at this time. So we're probably gonna stick with Tuesday afternoon for now. But I also do a spontaneous live where I just kind of hop on any time randomly throughout the week to chit chat with you guys on Facebook. So if you're not a Facebook member in our group, go join it. We'll approve you. Make sure you answer all the questions though. I have to reject a lot of people because they don't answer the questions. What else? So this week, I'm not sure, I might go on live while I'm in Florida. So be on the lookout for that. I'll try to give you guys kind of like a couple hours heads up. We'll have a special guest appearance on Friday. My sister Cece might be joining us as well on Facebook. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see, Shelly say, perfect timing with this class. My goal this year is replan. Yes, so replan is the way to go, and I'll tell you guys all about it. You'll like really quickly notice why we like the replan model and why it works for us. But before we jump on, let me see, I want to make sure I got everything powered up here, because last time in the middle of the live, my phone died or my computer died. So I just wanted to make sure we kind of have everything charged up. So, okay, so today's agenda will be first, you guys came here to learn about replan, but I wanted to give you kind of like the inside basic scoop of how you can source with Keepa, because I think Keepa is very important if you are first starting out with replan specifically. I mean, Keepa is good for all the other models as well, like private label, wholesale, but I think specifically for replan, we want to make sure you know exactly what to look for in a Keepa graph. And then we'll also talk about how you can get ideas for replenishable products. Very, very simple. Like, I want to kind of dumb it down for anybody who are just starting and you're confused, because I see some of the posts on Facebook group that you're trying to get started, but then there's just so many information out there. So I'm going to try my best to just make it very simple for you. And the last thing is that we'll do like a Keepa tutorial at the end, so you get an idea of how I source using the Keepa graph. So if you are joining and you're at home, grab your favorite drink. You can get an adult beverage if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But I usually just like to have my coffee. And a lot of people who join my lives, you guys know this is my favorite cup. I use this every single week during the live. So, okay, we have some people in the waiting room. Don't forget about those folks who are waiting. So we here, he's my husband.
I just realized that you need to make me a co-host.
Oh, sorry. So we is my partner in crime. He's been, yeah, I'm making you a co-host now. I hear you. Can you hear me?
No, I was just waving hello to everybody.
Oh, okay. Now I gotta go find the your name so I can make you a co-host. We were having too much fun with the music that I forgot what we need to do usually during these lives. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you can put it in the chat on either Facebook, or if you're on Zoom, there's a chat function where you can put in questions. We'll compile all the questions into one sheet so that it doesn't get lost or anything. But we probably will answer most of them toward the end of the live so that we can get all the material that we need to get for you today within the hour that we have with you guys. Okay, so if you guys are new and you don't know who we are, we have 3 kiddos. Our youngest daughter, Ellie, we call her Ellie, her name's Elena, was born during the height of the pandemic, 2020. And at that time, we and I were still working full time. So 2 years ago, can you guys believe it? 2 years ago, we were actually still working full time. I was a pharmacist and he was a software developer. And we found ourselves, while we did not hate our job, we didn't have the flexibility to do things that we wanted to when we wanted to. So we've been doing Amazon for like 6 years now. It's coming up to a little bit over 6 years. And we started out actually with private label. So private label, 2015, we have our first son, Tyler, and we came up with a product. It was a product in the yoga industry, because back then I was like all into yoga. I still do a lot of yoga, but I found that with private label, why is there like a red sign there? A little red mark. You guys see that? So I found that yoga, the market was really good back then, but then it started to become quickly saturated with a lot of people, and we had to invest a lot of money up front to fund our product, and we had to source it from China, and it just became, it was okay for us. We didn't lose money, we didn't make a lot of money, but it just took a lot of time, and for us it didn't work for us. But I know that private label, for those of you who are doing it, you know, who are doing really well, I'm not bashing on private label. I'm just saying that it didn't work for us. So the next thing we tried to do was branding. And I started doing this when I was pregnant with our second son, Ethan. Branding is like private label, except you actually make your own product instead of making a private label product, an item that is already available in the market. So we did these planter stand, and it was really fragile. It cost us quite a bit of money to manufacture, to source from China. We invested like $20,000 or something like that. It was crazy. And it took us, 6 months to get it from production to Amazon. So it took a lot of time. It required us to build an audience, to create, like I had an Instagram account with like maybe 4,000 followers, so that I can start drive traffic to this product when it comes launch day. It came launch day, we sold like maybe 5 units. So it was really sad. And eventually we were able to get rid of all these planters, but it was a very costly mistake. I don't want to say mistake, lesson. It was a very costly lesson that we learned not to do again. So then in 2020, when I was pregnant again with our third baby, I don't have the picture for her. Okay, well, so in 2020, again, we both realized that we didn't want to continue working 20, 40, 60 hours sometimes. And I decided to take a stab at Replen, which is a whole different model. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you guys don't know what Replen is, it is a kind of like retail arbitrage, except you don't need to buy things at full price and go to like discounted stores like Goodwill to get the items. You can actually just get the product at any regular store. So we will probably put the link for more information about Replen, but basically you can just walk into a store and find a Replen. Of course, you have to do your research and homework, and we'll talk about how to do that with Keepagraphs. But it has been working for us, and we were able to scale the business because as I was home during maternity leave, we had gotten let go from his job. We found ourselves, we had a lot of time. So we decided to kind of put all of our effort into Replan. And that is what it is today. And we were able to quickly replace our income and do this full time. And we've been doing it since then. So the reason why we did it was there's a lot of, for us, it was family. So I wanted to be able to spend more time with our family. And if you, do you guys see this mark right here, this red mark, or is it just me?
Yeah, we can see it. You must be some type of markup mode or something like that. So I think every time you move the mouse around, it might just kind of mark it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna see if I can like.
It seems to kind of move from.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, this is our why. It's family, spending more time with family. So when I was young and my parents, we were immigrants and we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't grow up very with a lot of money. So actually we were really poor. And I had always thought that the only way that we can make it is to work and, retire in like 40 years or something. And then my mom always had pushed me to go to school. So I started with pharmacy school and tackled on a lot of debt. And that's why my second goal is to pay off my student loans. So tell me what your goals are, because I think if you write it down or if you speak it, the universe will help you to make it a reality. So put in the comments, the chats, the wherever you are tuning in, what your reason for starting your business, because I told you our story, and I think that having a strong reason for you to start your business is extremely important. So a lot of people want to travel more, they want to be independent, they want to be able to support their family, debt-free. Johan just wrote that she want to be debt-free. Jamie said, save for retirement, it's coming soon. Yes, we actually have a lot of people in our group who are, it's never too late, right? It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, to start a business, to change your life, to change the trajectory of your family tree. Because I think that with me, my family, we didn't come to America with a lot of money, and we were kind of, we thought that the only way that you can be financially free or independent is to work and to retire with the 401k savings or something like that. A lot of people said supplement retirement. Yes. Stephanie, family, maybe homeschool. Homeschool is awesome. Manage my own time, holidays, vacation, get out of debt. Yep, get out of debt so that my husband can quit his job. That was one of a long time ago when we was supporting me when I was in pharmacy school. I always wanted to do something to help support him because he was working like 2 jobs. He had his main job, and then we had like a side hustle to watch dogs, dog vacay. If anybody out there have done dog vacay, you guys know it's crazy. Savannah say, I'm an elementary school teacher, so definitely financial freedom. Yeah, financial freedom. Retire early, another goal of ours. Jen is saying ability to travel and not be tied down in my desk in the corporate world. That's a good, yeah, a lot of people, I feel like for me anyway, I'm always like the grass is greener on the other side. So I've always dreamt of being able to work from home, and now I'm working from home. I love it. So I've gotten to the point where I stop seeing the grass is greener and create my own greener grass. And I think that in life, you kind of always have to kind of figure out what is right for you. What is the next best thing? Because for me, maybe when I was a pharmacist, I was standing all day, and some people would kill to have that type of job, right? So, I totally can agree with you that, if you're doing something that you're not passionate about right now, then that can definitely be a reason for you to start your new business. Kadesha saying multiple streams of income, become my own boss. Yes. Jane, be able to pay for my children's college. Oh, That's really sweet. Yeah, our kids are like our biggest why, and you guys who have kids, I can totally relate. Retire my mom and change my family lives, be able to take care and help my families financially, have my days free to spend with my daughter, volunteer at school, towards the beach, more financial freedom. Yeah, a lot of financial freedom people here. And you guys, last time when we talked about coming up with your goals, we had said that if you write it down or say it or keep on reminding yourself somewhere every single day, there's a 42% more likelihood that it's going to happen. So that's a pretty good, odds, right? If you, all you got to do is just write it down or say it. So all of you guys who are writing it in the chats right now, I can't guarantee that it will happen, but I think it's going to happen much more for you guys. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So the last thing is that we want to be financially free and happier. So all of you guys who wrote it in the chat have the same goal as us. And I think that that's where I can relate more with you guys. So thank you for sharing your why, everyone who did. The one thing with starting your own business is that there's going to be a lot of resistance. You're going to find that one of these days, probably happening sooner than you think, you're going to start to see a lot of obstacles. But the only thing is that you have to do is to start. That's the number one thing that will get you through it. Because if you start like us, we started with private label, not knowing anything about private label. And we found out that it wasn't right for us, but we started it and we made a lot of like mistakes along the road. But we did it. You cannot wait until you feel like doing it, because the feeling might not even come, right? So you just have to just do it. Make it like Nike and just do it. And another thing is that you have to dream big. So one of the things that I think always kept me from starting my own business is that I didn't have a lot of belief that I was an entrepreneur and that I can do this myself, because none of my family member ever have done it. So when I met Uy, he was a big entrepreneur, and he had told me that if you wanted to start your own business, he never said no to any of my crazy ideas, you guys. Like even when I starting the pods or the course or the business, I was an Uber driver. I did all this, and he was always kind of like had my back. So I think it's also very important for you to find a partner that you can do your business with. So dream big and act on it. So you definitely have to have that mindset. Okay, how to get started. So the first way to get started is that you need time. How are you gonna find your time? That is something that is very unique to every individual. For me, I was able to find time during my shifts. When I was a pharmacist, I went to different stores, and during the time that I was, had in between my shifts, I was able to carve out like an hour, 2 hours to make time for the business. And you don't need a lot of time to get started. I would say 5 to 10 hours a week would be good enough to get started with. So the next thing you need to do is find money. So how do you find money when you are starting a business like this? You can start selling things around your house. You can start saving up for your business. When you sell an item and you make profit from it, you can save that and put it back into your business. So there's a lot of different clever ways that you can invest and start with for your business. And you actually don't need a lot of money. Like we got started with maybe $500, especially with Replan or retail arbitrage. You don't need a lot of money to get started. And the last thing you need to do is find the right resources. Okay, so we'll talk about more about that in the end. Okay, so first things first. What do I need? What do you need to get started? The first thing that you're going to need is obviously a selling account. Okay, so you don't have a selling account on Amazon yet, go open up one. Amazon requires you to have do like a video conference. When we got started, like 6 years ago, they didn't have any of that. But nowadays they want to make sure that you are who you say you are. So they make a video conference and you just have to provide the right information. And usually there shouldn't be no problem if you gave them all the right information. And the next thing you need to do is get a Amazon Sellers app. This one is available on Android and iPhones. So you guys should be able to just download it for free. And this is what I take to do my product research inside the store. I don't use it for online arbitrage. So if you guys are just getting started, then I would say these are the only two things that you need. And the third thing would be Keepa, and we'll talk about Keepa in a little bit. So how do you know what to sell on Amazon? The first thing you need to know is that you need something that's profitable. When one of the first times that I went sourcing, I found an item that was costing me like $5, and I was like, it was selling $10 on Amazon. I was like, perfect, I can make $5. But guess what? I didn't factor into Amazon's fees, and I didn't factor shipping and all that stuff. So I ended up losing money on that product, but it was just $5, you know? So that was worth the learning experience. The next thing you have to look for is consistent sales. And this is one of the things that I will talk about a lot in the Keepa graph. It's consistent sales is very important because you don't want to be able to sell this product today, but not be able to sell it tomorrow or next month or next year, right? So we have to make sure that consistency is there. The last thing is competition. So when you're looking at a Keepa graph, there's going to be a way that you can tell whether or not a product has a lot of competitors, right? So you can take a look at that and make a good educated guess on whether you want to sell this product. Okay, so make sure you stick to the end because like I said, we're going to talk more about Keepa. And now we're going to get into the ideas part. So for those of you who are selling right now, maybe you have some experience with retail arbitrage, let me know how you guys find ideas. I'm going to share some of my ideas, but I'm kind of curious on how you guys find, because with private label, we couldn't find any idea. Like I was looking around my house, I was looking around in stores and trends and all that stuff, but it took way too much time for product research. With Replen, one of the things I really like is that you can literally find things around your house and get ideas very fast. So let me give you an example. My calculator, this is one of the things that I show a lot. I've had this calculator for like almost, I don't know, 15 years or so. And every single time I look at this calculator, I'm reminded that one of my first retail arbitrage product was a calculator that was just lying around my house and I wasn't using it. And it was in a box, brand new, haven't been opened. I scanned it, it was selling like $50 on Amazon. So right there, I didn't have to spend any money and was able to make some money so that I can invest it in my next product. Janelle saying, I get your ideas from your pods. It helped me think outside the box with different products. Yeah, so one of the things I think a lot of people who are in the pods, and I think I'm going to talk about this separately, but if you guys are in the pods right now, make sure you take a look at, even though I give you all the information, you still have to do your homework, okay, to make sure that the item is still selling well when it's presented to you. So if you guys don't know what the pods are, it's just a product find lead list so that you can get ideas. Let's say if you have no idea where to get started and you've been doing all your research and you can't find anything profitable, then the pods is kind of like a cheat sheet where we give you all of these products and you take it and run with it. And all of the products are online arbitrage. So it depends on whether or not you are ungated. So you can join the beginners pod. There's a groceries pod, an advanced pod for all of you advanced sellers who are ungated in almost every categories. And also we recently opened a Canada pod. So we just linked the link where you can get more information about the pods, but I won't talk about that too much because now we're talking about how to get ideas. So sticker book. So one of the things that let me see if I can find my sticker book. I love to do scrapbooking, and I was able to find a really good product with just when I was doing my arts and crafts. That's how I kind of relieved stress a little bit. Because I already had it in hand, and I started to scan more sticker book, and then so I went to like Michael's to start looking at aisles that I'm familiar with. And here's a tip for you guys: if you are brand new and you haven't been ungated in any categories yet, Amazon gates you in a lot of categories like groceries, beauty, pet care, some baby products, but most office supplies and office products are actually ungated. So Michael's might be a good place for you to start looking if you have no idea where to get started. Chima's asking, how do you get ideas with listing from products, keywords and all? Yeah, so we will definitely talk about this in when we do our Keepa training in a little bit. So I just want to kind of, we're already halfway through the hour, so I want to kind of get through all this so that we can take questions at the end as well. So keep on putting your questions in the chat and we'll definitely get to you. Consider seasonal items. So you guys, Christmas is over. Yes, I know that, but there's a lot of seasonal a lot of seasons that are coming up and a lot of holidays that you don't know that you can actually sell things for really fast and kind of make all the money in this amount of time, and then you stop selling those products until next year. But then now you have all the data. Now you have all the data for next year. So for us, when we were selling Christmas items, since we've been selling for a few years, we know exactly what items to go back to the following years. Okay, so that's why don't discount seasonal items. But one of the things I wanted to kind of caution you on is for food and toys, because Amazon requires you to submit additional documentations if you want to sell anything that is especially toys for children under 12. So you might want to stay away from that. Okay, so more ways to get ideas. Local big box stores are great. So I talked about Michael's, Walmart, Target. You can go online. So we love to source online because, again, it's you can stay at home. If you have kids, you know, you don't have a lot of time. So it's a lot easier to source online, right? And it's very attractive for a lot of people. So online, and we'll talk about how you can do online sourcing in a little bit. Competitor storefront. So let's say you're on Amazon and you're looking at another product and you're like, oh, maybe can I take a look at my competitor storefront to see if they're offering something that I didn't think about? So that's another way that you can do product research. Okay, so Keepa, a quick introduction about Keepa, because I think, I'm not sure if all of you guys know about Keepa, but if you don't, it's just a tool that you use to spot products and make good buying decisions. It is a, now they have an app on your phone, so you can use that when you're sourcing in store. But basically, it kind of tells you the price history and also the sales history of every single item on Amazon. So that is really valuable information for sellers, right? Because as sellers, we need to know the history so that we can kind of predict the future, so that we know what is a good item to buy. Okay, so again, Keepa, it predicts sales and price history. It predicts sales in the future by looking at the prices and the sales in the past. Okay, so why is Keepa so important? Again, for us anyway, I want to tell you what we did wrong, the mistakes that we did, so that you don't follow our footsteps in making those mistakes. Because in the beginning, I didn't use Keepa. I just kind of went into the store and I started scanning things and I was like, great, it's a good product right now, not knowing that it was only a good product right now. And there's a lot of different factors that make the price goes up, right? Maybe it's ran out of stock, or maybe the competitor ran out. So I didn't look at the history. And because of that, I bought like 20 units of this one shampoo and we couldn't sell it. We sold like maybe 2 or 3 and we had to return the rest. So that was a lesson well learned. You can gauge competition. So with all of the competitors that are on the listing, you can kind of see, oh, they have a few units in stock. Maybe they're going to sell out soon. So then you can kind of gauge to see if it's worthwhile for you to restock this item now, or you can wait until they sell out to restock it. So a lot of good information with the Keepa graph. Okay, so this is what the Keepa graph looks like. We'll do a little tutorial so you guys can kind of get a feel of Keepa. So how are you guys with Keepa? Let me know. Are you like brand new to Keepa? You need a lot of like step-by-step, or you're kind of at a intermediate level where you know kind of how to read the charts. Cheryl said you have units not selling. Oh, sorry, I'm whispering the questions. Anne said she has never used it. Okay, good. So I think I'm just going to start from the beginning, things to look out for. So let me end this screen share. Debbie says she's new. Okay. Yeah, Keepa can be a little intimidating, but don't be intimidated by Keepa, because once you know the key features to look out for on a Keepa graph, it will be like second nature to you, especially when you're doing online arbitrage. Okay, yes, I need some advice reading the Keepa chart, what to look for. Arlene says new for me. Shashi said it's new. Cheryl saying I've been using the Keepa paid for a few weeks, but I still am unsure. Jen says she's new. Okay, so a lot of people who are just brand new to Keepa. So let me make sure. So if you guys are doing in-store, like I said, there's the Keepa app, but there's also the, you can do it with the browser. You don't have to use the app. I actually prefer to use the browser versus the app. I don't know why I can't log out of my account. Okay. Give me 1 second before I share my screen. I want to make sure we hide all the information that we don't want to present to the public.
While you're doing that, I just want to mention that if you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the Zoom chat and the Facebook chat, and then we'll try to get to them all towards the end.
Okay. I'm going to pick a product in the groceries category, since that's what we mainly do. We source mostly in groceries. Once we got ungated in groceries, it was like a game changer for us. We were able to I think double or triple our revenue, which is crazy. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Just want to make sure we have all the information that we need to hide hidden. How's Facebook? Is Facebook being active today? It's kind of a hit or miss sometimes.
We actually have 11 people, which is pretty good, but not too many questions. Yeah, but definitely active in terms of participants.
Yeah. Okay, I'll share my screen with you guys. So since we're not in the store, I can't really share like how we do product research in the store, but this is how we do it online, which I think is what most people are, their preference is in terms of sourcing. So this is a Keepa graph. When I'm sourcing at like Walmart, for example, I go to a category that I'm familiar with. And for me, it's groceries. So I would go and find a groceries item, maybe something that I bought in the past. So let's just say this is popcorn. Popcorn is very popular right now because a lot of people are at home, they're sick. So I'm just gonna write Jolly Time. And what I'm looking for here is how much the price is, right? So we want to make sure that we know how much we're paying for these items. So this one is $3.16 for a 6 count. So it looks like it's just one box. So I'm gonna go to Amazon and take a look at how much it's being offered. I'm not wearing this right now, guys, so it was just the last listing that I opened. Jolly Time popcorn. Okay. So we want to make sure that the item matches, right? We don't want to send the customer the wrong product. So this one right here is a 4-pack, 3 count. So that's not it because we are looking at a 6 count, right? So let's see. This is a 3 count. This is a 3 count. So I'm probably going to put in the title 6 count. So when you're in the store, if you're sourcing products, you can use your Amazon Sellers app to find products. It's very easy. Once you download the app, all you gotta do is say add to inventory, and you can put in the keyword search like Jolly Time popcorn, for example, and it will pop up all of these searches right here. And you can also use the Amazon Sellers app to calculate like the profit if you put in the cost. So it doesn't look like Amazon is offering a 6 count, at least for the keyword searches that I used. So I'm gonna go to this one. Actually, I'm going to do this one. Healthy Pop 100. This is a 10 count. So if you guys don't know, I have a lot of Chrome extensions to help me do product research. So this is Helium 10. It kind of gives me like an overview of this is the ASIN, this is what category it's in, the sales rank, the number of sellers. So we really like Helium 10, and we'll link all of the tools that we use to help us with doing product research. But one of the tools that we really love is Helium 10, IP Alert Chrome extension, and ASIAN Insight, because you need a calculator. Okay, where was I? A 10 count. So I'm looking for Healthy Pop 100 10 count right here. So this listing right here is for a 3-pack. That means 3 boxes of 10 count. So right here, Walmart is charging $3.12 per box. So that's around $9 per box, right? So $9.36. So when I am searching for this product, I can see a pop-up calculator. So this is ASIAN Insight that we're using. If you don't have this Chrome extension already, you can use the free Amazon calculator. It's FBA calculator. So you can Google that. You don't have to have something like this, but it's just a lot easier when we're doing product research. Okay, so what did I say? It was $9. So $9.36. If I do FBA for this product, you can see that I'm gonna come in at a loss. So it's only, if I do FBM, then we can make a little bit of money, but you also have to factor in the shipping to the customer, right? So the profit here can, I'm sorry, I don't think the fees here take into account shipping to the customer. So yeah, so you're gonna have to also factor in how much it's gonna cost to ship to the customer. So you might be at very close to break even. So this is probably not the best product. but let's look at the Keepa graph because that's what we're more interested in. Okay, so Keepa is telling me that this item has been selling. So if you look on the right hand side right here, there's a lot of different filter. I'm just going to take out all the filters that I don't need. So the only thing that I'm concerned about is the sales rank and the FBA price. So I'm going to uncheck all of this stuff. Buy box is important too. So I'll probably just leave it there. So as you can see, I'm going to zoom in to the last like 30 days. So in the last 30 days, the price has been pretty steady, right? It hasn't really changed at all. So it's telling me that most likely this item is going to be priced at $20 for a really long time. In terms of the sales, it looks like there's been a lot of ups and down. But the thing is we want to take a look at is that are there sales going on? So the way you can tell that is if there's drops right here, every single time that there's a drop in the sales rank. So this one is going, let me just take this away. Every time there's a drop from right here, the sales rank is 19,000 and it goes to 26,000 and then it goes down to 19. That's one sale. So up, down, up, down. So Keepa will kind of estimate how many drops per month and you can equate that to one sale. So I've talked about before where I recommend getting like another Chrome extension to give you the exact number of sales per month. We use Helium 10 because it gives us a little bit better number in terms of the sales per month. So if you see here, Helium 10 said that there was 48 drops. So if you go by that, then you're going to be missing out on a lot of sales because the actual sales per month is close to 700. Okay. And Keepa didn't read all of the drops because it only count a drop as like an actual drop, like it went down in the like this one, but it didn't take into consideration that there's actually another drop right here. So that's why it didn't count that as a sale. The other thing that you want to keep in mind of is competition. So if you can see here, the number of competition has been pretty steady at about 4. It used to be 3, went up to 4 within the last three months. The highest was 6. So this item is not very competitive at all, probably because it's not profitable. So that's what I'm seeing from this Keepa graph. So that's kind of like the overall in terms of Keepa. If you, I'm not sure if you guys saw like we did like an advanced Keepa training a while back, and we talked into really detail about what you can look out for when there's like a variation, when Amazon is on the listing. There's just a lot of different things to look out for Keepa graph that we can't possibly talk about during this training. But if you guys are needing more information about Keepa, we would definitely recommend joining the Academy. And I'm not just saying this because we are the course creator, but there's just been a lot of members who have trouble with Replan and aren't able to find help. And there's not a lot of trainings out there for just Keepa. And so we have like a whole module and just dedicated to how to find products using Keepa. So we had already put the link. Let's see what else I have here for you guys today. I'm going to share my screen again. So we did the tutorial. I probably would do another tutorial just on Keepa because there's just a lot of things to look out for. But in terms of getting into like the nitty gritty, the Academy will have a lot more information about that. So what I wanted to kind of leave you guys with is that sometimes when you're getting started, there's going to be a lot of roadblocks, right? You're going to have a lot of problems and you just need to find a way to kind of have a different mindset, to have a different mind shift so that you can change your thinking. Because if you don't change your thinking, you're not going to be able to change anything. By changing your thinking, you will be able to change your life. Because like I said earlier, I was at like this closed mindset in the beginning where I wasn't open to starting a business, to doing anything, because I was so brought up to be able to go to school, get a higher education, go to college, work for 40 years, and then retire. I didn't even think that this would be possible for us, but we were able to kind of make it work for us, and we changed our life. Like this, we can't imagine doing anything else except this. So so definitely that's what I want you guys to, anything that you can take away from in this talk is to change your thinking. And if you need more guidance, definitely check out the Academy. And like I said, we have a whole like we have 3 modules dedicated to just talking about Keepa and how to find products, how to find new replen. But if you are a beginner, then the Academy is still right for you, because it shows you everything from creating your own account to getting more equate to replen, and then setting your goals, your mindset, what else? How to send products into FBA, how to do FBM, all the tools that we use to help find replenishable products, how to prep and pack, because a lot of people have problems with shipment plan. And I know you guys need help with like step by step. So that's why Cece actually created that module and talk about how to find, not how to do a shipment plan step by step. So this is just some success stories from people who took the Academy. This is from Beverly. She's at 66,000, and this was like a few months ago. So I'm pretty sure she's higher at like a higher sales. And she was also in the pods. And I'm not sure if you're here today, Beverly, but if you are, let me know. And then we have another success story. This is Lena. She's at 100,000 in sales already. She took the Academy, the pods. She's a stay-at-home mom, so if she can do this, I don't think any of you guys have any excuse not to get started, right? More success stories. The pricing is $350, $349 right now. So if you have any questions, let me know. But remember, you guys, you need to dream big. So I think at this point, we're going to take questions. Well, we have a lot of questions. Okay, we're just gonna have to step away in 10 minutes to pick up our son. So I'm going to try to tackle this as much as we can before he step away. So our first question is from Chima. How do you guys get ideas when listing products, keywords and all? So I think we kind of talked about that already, Chima. We get ideas from going online to like where I'm familiar with. So for me, it's groceries, it's baby items, it's things that it's lying around my house. So when I'm searching online, I always go straight to groceries because that's where I am kind of comfortable with. So that's how I get ideas. Keywords, don't worry about keywords. All you gotta do is just put in, sometimes less is more. So sometimes you might want to just put in the basic keywords. Like when I was doing that popcorn, all I did was just put in Jolly Time popcorn, 6-pack, that's it. Kelsey is asking, if we find a new item in a box, but it's scuffed up or an edge is frayed, would you sell it as new? Try to kind of, I hate to say this, but for us, we won't. We will probably just return it to the store or try to exchange it for a different box, because I don't want our customer to receive the item all like messed up, right?
Yeah, my rule of thumb would be put yourself in the shoe of the customer. And if you received that when you were, you're excited for the product, perhaps it finally arrived, you open it up and it looks like it's a little beat up, you're probably not that happy. So that's kind of why we wouldn't do it ourselves.
Next question is from Anne. Why do you prefer the browser versus the app? Oh, so good question. The app is fairly new. And when I was using the app, I didn't see all the 3 graphs. Remember when I was showing you guys excuse me, there are, let me see if I can share my screen with you again. There's a few graphs here. The first one with the sales and the price, but on the app, maybe they changed it, but I wasn't able to see this one right here, the competitors. So that's why I prefer to use the browser versus the app. Good question. Spring is asking, Amy, I have a question. I've seen on some Keepa tutorial that if you only use the free version, it doesn't show you the product ranking, which many people find is important. But can't you find the product ranking on the seller pack? Yes, you can. But the thing is that you're not going to be able to find the rank from yesterday or 3 months ago. But Keepa will give you all this information in like a big snapshot. So when you're looking at a product like this, you're going to be able to see the sales rank for just today's sales rank, but you won't be able to see, like right now, this item is the ranking 7,000. But what I don't know is that how is it ranking yesterday, or how is it ranking the month before? Like it used to be 36,000. So the rank kind of fluctuate a little bit here, but it doesn't paint a good picture if I don't use the Keepa graph. So very good question. Her follow-up questions is, what is the beneficial of using Keepa to pay for it? So Keepa is right now about $17 a month, and it will give you all this information, which I think I already kind of drill it into your head that we love Keepa, and I think it's worth it for our business, because we don't make those bad buying decisions where we buy too much or too little of the inventory. Jen, any promo for Keepa? No. So as far as I know, Keepa doesn't have any type of affiliate. So we've been talking about Keepa forever, and we don't have any promos, and we promote them, but we don't get paid for any type of promotion. Cheryl's saying, if you have units that are not selling, how long do you leave them at Amazon? So we try to sell things out no more than 60 days. The longest we will keep something is 90 days, because then you start to get slapped with like long-term search fees. So that's how long we would keep it. Jen is asking, I've been using Helium 10 for product research, but definitely need Keepa. Yeah, definitely get Keepa. Tris is asking, I can't imagine not using Keepa. I've used it for a year. Also, RevSeller is awesome. Yeah, I think RevSeller, we actually use RevSeller before we use Asian Insight. So this is Asian Insight right here, but what we do is actually use RevSeller back in the day. We just like Asian Insight a little bit more because it gives you more data down here. And also it has like this little icon. If there's an IP claim, it will show up. And if it's a hazmat, it will show up. So
yeah, in case you're wondering about all these different tools that we use, I'm going to link a Tools We Love page. It's going to detail links to Keepa, Helium 10, I think RevSeller, or AZ Insight will be on there, for example. So these are all the tools that we use on a regular basis to, basically get our business to where it is today.
Marie is asking, for groceries or other replan, what would be the minimum quantity sales per month you would consider as a guide? I would say at least 30 sales per month. Anything less than that, you're probably selling too little. Unless it makes you like $100 or something like that, then you only need to sell like 1 or 2 a month, right? So if items make you like $4 or $5, then I want to make at least 30 drops a month. And it also depends on how many competitors there are. Amy's asking, what extension are you using that brings up the gray box? That's Helium 10. I think I answered that earlier. Jenny's asking, when you are at the store, do you use the Keepa graph? I use the Keepa Chromic, the browser. And it's just, for me, it's easier because I can see all of this data. And I'm just used to it. I'm not used to the app yet. I probably should get used to the app by now, but I just like the browser a little bit more. Maria's asking, wait, no, I read that, Maria. Where am I right now? Shelly, how many competitors is too many based on your criteria? So, I never looked at my competitors. I know it's a little bit crazy, but if an item is selling like 600 units a month, and right now there's only like 4 competitors, and I usually only look at FBA, there's only 2 right now, then I'm okay with that. If it's like 20 competitors, then that's where I'm probably like, oh, hey, hold up. And also look at how much they have in stock. So if my competitors only have like 2 units in stock or 5, then I know they're probably going to sell out really soon. And by the time that they restock, it's going to be my turn to take the sales, right? Oh, so one of the things you guys have definitely look out for is the brand owner selling on this listing. This one, Jolly Time, is actually selling, so I probably would steer clear from this listing because you don't want to compete with the brand owner. So very, very good question. Shashi is asking, how many competitors in a profitable product do you think is a deal breaker? Okay, so we just answered that question. Janelle is asking, would you do a video regarding shipping? I'm struggling to make sure my settings are correct based on the shipping zone. And we can, Janelle, and I don't know if you're in the course or the academy, but we actually did a whole module about that. So take a look at that and send me a message, because I actually have a template that you can use for FBM. Stephanie's asking, on your last live, you mentioned a new video training going into the academy. Yes, I'm working on that. What I'm working right now, Stephanie, is to do a new module about bundling and variations, because a lot of people actually don't know that for Replan, you can make your own listings. Like, let's say right now, Jolly Time is selling this for a 3-pack, but I want to bundle the Healthy Pop 100 with the Blast O butter. You can do that. You can make a new listing and put it together so that now, like, let's say someone like me who love butter and my husband who wants to watch his belly and get the Healthy Pop, then I can just buy your listing. And there's a way to do that by bundling. So if you guys are in the academy, keep a lookout for that. And it's coming up. I think I'm probably going to record it. I already have the outline written out. So what I'm going to do is record it next week, and it'll probably be live by the end of next week. So Stephanie, definitely be on the lookout for that. And if you guys are in the academy, but you're not in the Facebook group, definitely join the Facebook group, because I made the announcement on there as well. It's a separate group from the Women Sellers group, because this group is only for paid members. So if you guys are in the academy and you're not in the Facebook group yet, definitely request to join. So Juni was asking, would you do, okay, what am I doing? I didn't mark this. We did that, we did that. I'm sorry if I'm kind of rushing right now. We have a few minutes before we have to pick up our son. Do you want to go pick up Tyler now?
I have a few minutes, so.
Okay, I think we can get through this. All right, Kelsey, do you look for sales doing Replan? Is it dependable to find that at the sale price when needed to source again next month? Do you take advantage of sales? We do, but we try not to, because one of the beauty of Replan is that you don't have to keep a lookout for sales item, right? But I do recognize that sales actually is very profitable. So try to find Replan that even when it's at this full price, it's still profitable. So when you look for things that are on sale, it's just kind of like a cherry on top. So that's kind of like our 2 cents about sales. Because if you're just finding sales item or discount items, then that's kind of like retail arbitrage, right? It's not really replenishable. Albany is asking, do you ship a lot of canned food items? If so, is shipping expensive? So we always take into account the shipping to Amazon, like the inbound shipping costs. So if an item isn't profitable, then we don't ship it. Shipping does add up, especially for heavy items. We do canned items, and we bundle it up and we make sure we wrap it in like poly bags or bubble wrap, and send it so that it doesn't break or get dented on the way to Amazon. She is asking how many drops a month? Oh, so 30. We answered the question. A lot of similar questions today, which is good because then we don't have to go over it again. So 30 is the number of drops that I will consider for the minimum, I guess I would say. How do you keep track of your inventory? I've heard about Sellerboard, Inventory Lab. We use Replan Dashboard. We've used it to kind of keep track of how much we need to replenish. When you have like thousands and thousands of SKUs, it starts to get very complicated in terms of how much you need to replenish. So that's what we use. I've heard good things about Inventory Lab, Sellerboard as well, but the one that we use is Replan Dashboard. Carmen's asking, what helps a buyer choose your store over a competitor? So the thing that we have to kind of keep in mind when we're doing replen is that we're not competing with our competitors. That's kind of weird to say, but we're actually looking for when we will get the buy box. So let me show you my screen again. So if you guys don't know what a buy box is, do that. So if you guys aren't familiar with the buy box, when we are a replen or a retail arbitrage seller, what we want to make sure is that we're eligible for the buy box, which is this button right here. So usually it would say like buy now or add to cart, but because, wait, this is subscribe and save. Okay, so this is the buy box. Because we don't have the buy box, a customer would have to scroll down here to find your products to buy. So we want to make sure that we're buy box eligible. Usually if you're FBA seller, you have good selling history, the buy box rotates so that it will be your turn to win the buy box so that you can make the sales. So as a retail arbitrage seller, we're not competing with the other seller. We're just kind of playing nice, and we just kind of waiting for our turn, because this buy box seller eventually will sell out and it's going to be the next person's turn, right? So but you always want to make sure your store is offering like if you are a general merchandise store, you can offer anything, because the customer is not going to go into your store and look at all the other items that you offer. But we do have a lot of repeat customers because we try to take care of them when they purchase from us. Spring's asking, what's the difference between the pods and the academy? So Spring, the academy is a course. It's a replen course for anyone who is just kind of getting started, who needs ideas. Like, let's say you have no idea where to get started and you're like, I need to help me be able to tell if a product is good, to give me some ideas for products. That's where the academy comes in. The pods is if you're you want me to just give you the product, so you don't have to do any research. You already kind of get the cheat sheet given to you. It's a subscription service, so you can just join for a month and cancel, or you can stay on. We have people who's been on there for like over a year, because you constantly have to add new products to your inventory, right? So that's why with the pods, it's very beneficial for me to just do the research and give you the products. So that's why a lot of people just want to join the pods and not have to worry about being able to do the research and find products, because as you know, it can take a really long time. So I hope that that helped answer your question, Spring. I don't think I have the link for the academy. I haven't been able to find that one. Oh, okay. So I think someone answered your question already, Stephanie. Our next question is from Kathy. I thought it was difficult to make a new listing bundling. It is difficult, but the things that you want to keep in mind is that sometimes you want to do things that other people aren't doing. That's why I had to make like a whole different module on how to create a listing, because it's not easy to make a listing. There's a lot of things involved, like pictures, keywords, you need the description, you need the title. So that's why I wanted to dedicate like a whole lesson on how to create a new listing and how to bundle, because we were able to bundle a product and the sales just took off, like that product, because it wasn't available on Amazon. So you want to, there's just a lot of things that have to do with creating a new listing, but I wanted to do this for those who are looking to maybe add a new variation or create their own listing with replen. I used to create new listings all the time for private label, but with replen, it's a little tricky, but it's definitely doable. So Kathy, I'm not sure if you're in the academy, but watch out for that lesson that's coming up the end of next week. I'm putting myself on the spot right now. Because now that I say it, I feel like I have to do it. I have to like actually get it done next week. But it's I think it's been requested by a few people, and so I wanted to like if there's enough people who ask for something like this, I kind of try my best to deliver the information to you guys. And I think that one of the reasons why a lot of people like to join the Academy, and it's just so well worth it, is that instead of paying like $30 or $50 here and there, you can get it all in just one spot. And we're constantly just adding new information into the Academy. So after a while, it becomes like it kind of pays for itself, right? Because I know some people would charge like $100 just for ungating. We have a whole module on how to get ungated in the Academy. So so that's why it's a good deal for a lot of people, and they just kind of buy it and then not have to worry about it. So let me see if I can find the next question. Kristen's asking, can you show how you calculate the cost of shipping to Amazon, including the dimension? So Kristen, this is a good question. I actually don't calculate it because I have a tool that does it for me. This is Asian Insight. And for me, before I got this tool, I actually did a rough estimate. It's about 40 cents per pound to ship an item to Amazon. So that's by weight. But if you guys take a look here, the inbound shipping cost has already been calculated. So I know that it's going to cost me $1.35 if I want to send one unit into Amazon, as well as all the other fees that's already included. And there's even the monthly storage fee. So I use this calculator, and I don't want to just like keep on, talking about and promoting it, but I really do like it. I mean, we don't really get any money from Asian Insight for talking about them, but it's just a really good tool to have. So I hope that helped answer your question, Kristen. Kate is asking, if there's 10 sellers on the listing, should I go for it? And does the buy box rotate? Yes, so the buy box does rotate. And if there's 10 sellers on the listing and it sells like 100 or 200 units a month, yeah, I would definitely try, test it out, buy like maybe 3-5 units to test it out to see if it will sell. And yes, Amazon does rotate the buy box. And how long does the buy box stay with your listing? No one knows how Amazon rotates the buy box. That's sort of like a hidden secret when it comes to Amazon, because they give you kind of tips on how to win the buy box, but they don't tell you exactly like how long you have it for. You'll notice it when your sales like shoot up, and you'll notice that you have the buy box, because that's why some days you might see that you make like no sales, but then some days you'll see like a big spike in sales. That's because probably Amazon reward you with the buy box. Okay, welcome back. We are on Shelly's question. I've answered every question on the list already. So now I'm going into the chat, and we're on Shelly's question about, can you elaborate on your repeat customers, and are you doing something special for them? Repeat customer. Oh, okay. So yeah, when we were selling, we sell mostly groceries item, right? So people usually will come back to us if they need to replenish like their water bottle or something. And I don't do anything special for the customer. They just love our customer service. Like, we would answer them if they need help with anything, if they need a refund for any questions, like no questions asked. We try to package our items really well, and we make sure that it comes to them like well packaged in one piece, so that they keep on coming back to us. And that's how we provide customer service. We just have to kind of do, what do you call it? You have to do one step more than your competitors. Like, let's say your competitor is not willing to offer 30-day, 60-day refund or something, and you're able to, or your competitor is not packing the item correctly, and it comes to them broken, but you can. They're not replying quickly enough, but you can. So all these things are just part of like having customers and having repeat customers. So we don't do anything special. We don't give them like a coupon. In the past, when we did private label, we actually gave them like a little coupon that they can come back and buy from us and get like 10% off. But someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we're allowed to put those flyers in anymore. It might be against terms of service now. So we don't do it. We just like kind of stay away from it just to be on the safe side. Okay, Anne is asking, so to do replen, you go to the store like Target, buy the items, pack it up, and then send it to Amazon. Is that right? Yes, that is absolutely right. You buy a bunch of different items, like maybe 5 units of a water bottle or 5 units of calculators. You bring it to your house, you pack it all up into one big box, and then you ship that box to Amazon. And then from there, Amazon does all the customer service for you, like answering emails, right? So that's what FBA, that's what the fees is for. When you're paying the FBA fees, you're paying Amazon to take care of all of this for you. So that's 100% correct. Rosaline, hi Rosaline. You know, you should try to test a product with 4 to 5 products. When it comes to shipping, some of the products are either bulky or too heavy. Is it recommended to send all 5 products that are the same in one shipment, or is it okay to send 1 or 2? Rosaline, I would recommend sending all of them, because if you only send like 1 or 2 and you sell out, then you're kind of like out of luck, right? But if you're, and now also you don't want to keep inventory in your house for too long, because that thing is not doing anything for you. It's not making money for you if it's just in your house. So if you already spent money to buy it and you've invested it already, then might as well just send it into Amazon. Yeah, so for us, we don't keep any inventory just to kind of wait it out. Kelsey saying, thank you for an awesome training. Again, I appreciate y'all so much. We appreciate you so much, Kelsey. Let's see. Does RevSeller calculate the shipping like Asian Insight does? I don't know, Kristen. I haven't used RevSeller with this feature, so I want to say no, but they might have updated it. So good question. Jenny is asking, is the bundle training also available for people who took the academy? Yes, so Jenny, it is available. So if you are in the academy, there's no cost to you. It will just be there when I'm ready and I'm done recording it. So that's a good question. So I'm not sure if you're in the academy right now, but be on the lookout, and also make sure you join the Facebook group, because that's where I put all the announcement of like which training I'm doing next. Trish is asking, do you use a repricer? Yes, 100%. We love repricers and we use it to win the buy box. Next question is, what is the estimated cost to start off a business, including supplies? So it depends on your business. We said earlier that we like the replen model because it doesn't require too much capital to get started. Like $500 to $1,000 is more than enough for you to get started, and you probably will see a return within like a month or 2 months. If you do a private label, I think what they're saying now is like $10,000, which I think it's crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not investing $10,000 on any one product that may or may not sell, right? So yeah, I think we got all the questions. Did we answer all the questions on Facebook? I know sometimes we forget about.
We're all caught up in everything, so we're looking good there. Facebook.
What is this?
Oh, sorry, our son Tyler's here, so you want to join? You want to join us?
We talked about this morning about Tyler. He was like, I don't want to go to school, and I was like, you have to go to school, and he was like, no, I want to work with mommy and daddy. So we're like, okay, do you know how to code? You can help make the website for the pods, or do you know how to find products? So one of these days, we're actually going to introduce Tyler, our son, he's our oldest son, to what we do, and I hope that he would like what we do and maybe continue what we're doing. But
Daddy, what is this?
It's ice cream. Okay.
Yeah, so
Much?
So you guys always think outside the box. I'm probably going to go on live sometime this week to talk about how to think outside the box, because there's a few things that I have to address with the Academy and the pods. And I just wanted to give you guys, like, I want to thank you all so much for always like supporting and kind of having our backs when it comes to things that we aren't always there. Like in the Facebook group, we're growing so fast that sometimes we're not able to address every single questions and comments and concerns, and you guys just kind of jump in there and do it for us. Like, and I just wanted to thank you all so much. It's just amazing, and we can't do this without you. So remember, you have to dream big and you have to act on it, right? We talked about that in the beginning. Nothing's going to get done if you just like dream and not do anything about it. So for us, we dreamt about starting a business and quitting our jobs, and we actually took action and act on it to make it a reality. So that's the same for you. So think about what you want to do after the live today, because I don't want you to sit here just on the live and listen to me talk, get pumped up, motivated, and not do anything for the rest of the week until we talk again in a week, right? So if you are, if you want to put it in the chat to kind of put it out there, what your next step is in terms of for your business, you can put it in the chat. Like today, you can say, this weekend, I'm going to go out and find 5 products. And I'm going to go and get Keepa. I'm going to learn, study Keepa, or maybe saying I want to learn how to source my own products and join the Academy. Like whatever it is, just put it out there. Maybe you want an accountability partner. Any of that stuff is huge. And once you kind of say it and you put it out in the universe, I totally believe that it's going to most likely happen for you. Jennifer saying, hi, Amy, permission to leave the meeting. Where is it? Thank you for the wonderful learning you shared with us. I can't finish the meeting. I'm going to work in 5 minutes. Highly appreciate you. Thank you again. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. And thank you for stopping by and giving us your time. I know that everyone's time is so valuable. So we try our best to get all the information that we can out there for you. Christian saying, I ordered my first set of products. Next will be learning how to send it to Amazon and activate the listing. Yay. So Kristen, I think you are in the Academy, and there is like a lesson about how to send things to Amazon, like step by step. So definitely take it out, check it out. It's called Prep and Pack. So it's in the Academy. Carrie is saying, can we review this on the Facebook group when we're done? Yeah, so Carrie, the replay will be on my Facebook page. So it's just facebook.com/women sellers. So if you guys go there every single week when I do the live, the replay will be on there. So again, you guys are, I just want to let you know that if no one told you this today, that everything you do matters, and it doesn't matter if it's like a tiny little thing or like something huge, like starting your business, but whatever it is, make sure that you act on it. And I believe that you can do it. If you guys are still interested and haven't gotten the link yet, this is the Academy link, academy.womensellers.com. And that's it. That's all we have. We went over time today again, but a lot of good questions. Again, the replay will be on Facebook page. So thank you all. I hope you have a great week, and I will probably be hopping on live the end of this week during the spontaneous live to talk about another topic. It's about thinking outside the box, which I think is really important as well. So, all right. Bye, Rosaline. I think everyone is saying goodbye to us. Bye, Jen.
Bye.